You know, guys, you sit on the papers and wait for, galit ako nitong sa komisyon. Gusto kong iparout eh. Naghingi lang tao. They sat on the papers of a company that's supposed to build the railroad bridge dyan sa Pandakan somewhere. Yun nga sabi na mahirap daw i-process kasi may mga plano sila. So what the hell are you planning to do in passing? First of all, you do not have the sewer and sewerage. We are one of the few countries nagsisiptic tank ka dyan. Pardon for those who are eating. Ang sabi ko, you cannot rehabilitate the place. You have to baklasin mo ang Manila to do that. And there's no more time and space for all of you who want to do something about it. You have to disperse the crowd, limit the factories at some time in the future, but not really mine, that would be too early. But about 10 years from now, they should close Manila and start to develop. Itong pinakamaganda ngayon. Unless we're able to come with something very similar to Clark. In other places, maybe Batangas or Cavite, mahirapan tayo. So Manila is no longer an option for industries. They have to go to the provinces. But the most important thing is there has to be a transport, whether mass or if there are too many cars, then you have to expand the highways. But I think the most practical thing to do is really the mass transport system. And many are willing. It's only a matter of the grid. Kasi sabi ko, nandito rin sila, Senator Soto. You have to simplify more yung sa ano. Alam mo, dito talagang hirap ako sa ano. Ang corruption, still. Maski na nagtatanggal ako ng tao, almost every day. And the latest one was a guy who was working under my nose. Yung undersecretary ng budget sa Malacanyang. Who was, bawa na lang kasi mag-DDS ngayon eh. Kasi nahalata na ng human rights. Gusto kong patayin ang putang ina niya. Kasi nahalata na ng human rights. Gusto kong patayin ang putang ina niya. So, you know, you have to, it has to be a radical. I do not mean to offend anybody, especially the Senate. Nothing of the sort. Ang akin lang is, Tugadi had a hard time. And almost all in unison were of the belief that there has to be some drastic changes to be introduced. And it has to be on something like in a hurry. So yung emergency powers. And if you remember, I never asked for it because I was once a member of Congress. Nung nakatatlo ako pagka-mayor na ako. I've been mayor for 23 years of Davao City. So alam ko ang timplada ng Congress. I wanted na manggaling sa kanila. Pero kung nang samdanan, appealing to them. Ito. Kasi hindi pa nga ako nagsalita, sabi na kaagad, ito, you cannot trust the guys there in the executive department, it will just end up in corruption. Nagtiklop na kaagad ako. And if you would recall, I never responded to any of those statements for or against. Hinayaan ko na lang. Because that is the Filipino style. I started to I went to China, started to move around, and then to Japan and Korea. Excuse me. So, yan ang ginawa ko. Pero kung sabihin mo na mag-asa pa ako sa tayo-tayo, mahirap. I don't know what's wrong, but if that is the perception of an entity, I'm not trying to, pardon me if I give the impression, but I'm not up to it, actually. Wala na lang akong image. Sabi ko, well, then we continue to suffer until such time that Japan or China, whoever gets there first, to build and if we have the financing, then we can move. But I never really insisted on it. Kasi sa lahat ng ayaw ko is yung sa corruption. Talagang, ako, yung maano ako. Because just maybe in my lifetime, I can also, every president does not want. But if you can minimize year after year and start really to pound on the paradigm of so many persons, karamihan kasi magpasok sa gobyerno, do you know their targets? Excuse me. BIR, pati customs. That's the choice. So pag may magpunta sa akin, keeps on coming back because he wants to be in the customs and the BIR, magdududa na talaga ako. Wala na kasing iba. It's for self-glorification. Ganun lang yan. So the number one is grab. Now remember, in my campaign, I don't know why I got 15 million plus, 26 million majority. I won here. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Hindi kayo nagkamali. Talaga. I will do exactly what I promised you. First, I said that I will stop corruption. Maasahan talaga nila. And even if I have to fire, it will go on and on until I get rid of the major players. There will be no more sacred cows, yung mga exemption that enjoyed by the ruling elite, the so-called 400 of society. I am not against the oligarchs. I do not nurture any class hatred against them. But talagang lalo na sila. Makapatawad pa ako ng isang empleyado lang na a gatekeeper. Itong mga mayaman magkamali ito talagang. And ako, ayaw ko namang to belabor the point. Gusto ko ang sabihin, but it was only during my time na we were able to collect millions from those who never paid their taxes for so long a time. And to think that they are of the belief that tapos na sila. No. I will hound them until they pay to the last. And they can do their worst, threatening me with imprisonment, International Court of Justice. It will not stop. And here and now, media is ably represented. Almost all networks are here. It's really a non-issue to me, as I have said yesterday. Sasayangan mo lang yung laway ko. Hindi ako hinto. I have said it, and I will do it. In the campaign, di ba sinabi ko sa inyo, I will do it even if it would cost me the presidency, my life or my honor. The third is, sabi ko, I will improve the economy. But first of all, I hold it as an article of faith that no progress or development can ever really hold, lalo na sa countryside, if there is no peace at all. I never said law and order, because law and order is a very ambivalent thing. Kasi kung kami ang mayari, ipapaimbestiga agad ng mga gago. I'm referring to the communists. Tapos kung sila mag-ambas, pati bata, 4-month-old, but that was the last straw actually. They plan to waylay my soldiers, my policemen, at tapos sila ngayon ang nag-ambos ng police, pati bata, 4-month-old baby was hit in the head. Pagtakbok agad, ito namang ulol na, kaya wala akong respeto eh. I'm a person na kasama naman kami ni Ed sa eskwelahan noon. Your mayor, 1 year ahead lang ako sa... Hindi naman ako ganun papamura na tao. Sinasadya ko yan in my... Not even disgust. Paano rin ang baba ng tingin ko sa kanila. Pwede kong bababuyin for sheer stupidity. Na yung laban na ito, pati itong mga left, they're so fond of, just go around and say, well, we show to you, the 10,000, may isang psychiatric doctor pa babae, sabi, 3 million daw ang pinatay ko lahat-lahat. E di kung 3 million ang pinatay ko lahat-lahat, nagyaman ang lahat ng punerarya dito sa mundong ito. Puro na kay bilyonaryo. Bilo mo 300 bodies to slash and they don't even bother. No, pagdating dito, they bring in the experts kuno. And so, 700. And then they bring that figure out and start to yak. We don't even, and when they come here, they lecture on me. Mr. Duterte, that is a social problem. It is a health issue. It's not a law and order. Tatarantado pala kayo. Why don't you turn the other back? If it's a social justice, injustice, if you... So, look at what caused it in the first place. Where did it start? How did it start? Where was the seeds planted? That is how to solve a problem that affects or impacts on a social life of a certain civilization. Kung dala-dala mo lang yung... So ngayon, sarapan ako doon sa chicharon. Subo ako na subo. Sandali ha. May naiwan siguro dito. Thank you. Yun ay kinain ko noon eh. Pagpunta ka ako na ma'am doon sa may bahay pala ako dito. Puting bahay. Sabi nga ni Gob, gamitin mo. Gusto ko ma'am, pero ang problema, sinong kasama ko? Ako lang mag-isa. Wala namang... Well, yung isa naman, yung... I said, I tried to... Because ang pinaka-lagging behind, really lags behind, almost to a fault, is the agricultural sector. The only way to improve it, really, is to give more lands if we can afford it. I am for land reform. I am for, isa yan sa sinabi ko sa kampanya. And I will not renege on it. Land reform, I will look for money and buy more. There's a new DAR head. Yung isa, hindi kasi na-confirm ng commission appointment because those leanings with the left. Wala tayong magawa dyan. We have a Congress that's hindi naman ultra, but not really sympathizing with the communists. So, iyan ang we have to improve the manufacturing side of the agricultural sector. That is the only way how we can improve things. But we have to have law or peace there. Itong mga komunista, left and right ang hingi. Yung bagong pumapasok dyan, they start to extort. And they say that they are helping the Filipinos for what? Subsidizing what? How many members of the Blue Lords there. The Central Committee. Yan lang man nag-enjoy. Naawa ako dito sa mga pisante, pati yung mga estudyante na dumaan rin ako. Kaya sabi nga nila, kaibigan ko yung season, I used to listen to him. But you know, when you are lang idealistic, madali eh. Because pag sinabi, tingnan mo niya, bakit bahay niya, mansion, nangingiw, tingnan mo. Ganun lang yan ang mga simple na naawa ako sa tao na ganun ang lukuhan. And they are dying, most of the, yung nasa left movements, yung mga bata, nagpapakamatay ito for the belief or the ideals or the ideologues na wala naman talagang makontribute. It's too late in the day to introduce even the simplest form of socialism. The Filipinos will never be ready for it. Wala talaga tayong... They just want itong ganito. But maybe, yung iba gusto na a little bit more of a democratic and representative, not only of the persons of the Republican theory, but representative also of the